Show me your closest friends and I'll show you your future. Your friendships shape who you are. They can affect your confidence, your joy, and your stress levels. That's why today we're going to be talking about the ultimate friendship guide so that you can create connections that last and uplift you, and also learn how to be the friend that you want to be and attract into your life. So let's kick this off with a little bit of a friendship self-audit. So not you evaluating your friendships, but evaluating yourself as a friend. Because let's be real, you attract what you practice. So let's do a quick check. In your head or in your notes, grade yourself from 1 to 5 as a friend in these categories. Celebrating out loud, you celebrate your friend's achievements. Reliability, do you follow through? Respecting boundaries, not only respecting your friend's boundaries, but your own as well. Negativity control, do you uplift others or do you erode them? And 5, clear communication. If there's conflict or a misunderstanding, are you comfortable and proactive in reaching out to resolve it? So tallying up your scores, where do you score the lowest? That's your upgrade focus for, let's say, the next 30 days. How can you do better in improving your score in 1 or 2 of these key areas? When you raise your own standards, you naturally attract people operating at that level. So for example, if you say that you want a friend that's reliable and will be there for you when you need them, if you are not that friend for others, how can you expect to attract that kind of friendship in your life? An example from my life is, I've said this in previous videos, I do not gossip. I do not like when people make assumptions about others and say negative things about them or their bodies. So I do not do that. And none of my friends in my close circle, or any of my friends, as a matter of fact, are gossipers either. And if I were to meet somebody and I'm considering starting a friendship with them and I find out that they gossip and they can be negative about other people, I would stay away from that and realize this is not in alignment with me. So I would not have a gossiper in my friend circle. You are what you attract, and if you want to raise your friendship standards, you need to make sure that you do a self-audit and that you are also that type of friend that you want in your life. So let's move on into red flags and green flags in friends. Now, we always talk about that in relationships. Major red flag girly. Ooh, I don't know if you should continue seeing that guy. It's the same in friendships. Do you know what red flags that you need to look out for? And do you know the green flags of the type of friend that you want in your life? And something that could help you in identifying this is looking at the friendships that didn't work out, or that you realized were toxic or not serving you well. What were the red flags in those friendships? Like, tally them down. And then for the friends that you do have in your life, what are the aspects about these friends that you love that are like bright, shining green flags that is a testament to, oh, this is why our friendship has lasted this long? So some red flags that you can consider in a friendship: surprise, surprise, chronic gossiping. Of course, I'm going to bring that up. Are we surprised? We're not surprised, Natasha. Bonding over negativity eventually erodes trust. If they're always tearing others down, chances are that they do it with you too. Competition instead of celebration. Your wins trigger jealousy, distancing, or even trying to one-up you. A real friend claps the loudest when you succeed and does not feel threatened by you winning in one aspect of your life, because there's no need for comparison. Inconsistency, hot and cold behavior. Super close one week, ghosting the next. Consistency matters more than intensity. Like, is this somebody that is only there for you when you're fun and you're at your best and having a great time, but then they disappear whenever you're struggling? Boundary blindness. They push past your nose, or they guilt you for needing space. Love respects your limits. Also, transactional energy. This person is keeping score on everything. I did this for you, so you owe me this. Friendship isn't a receipt. It's a relationship. We're not checking balances, especially if this person is constantly taking from you and they're never there to support you either. And this last one, really important, is somebody who anchors you to your past. They joke about your old self. They're very dismissive of your growth, or they're trying to pull you back into habits that you've outgrown and don't serve you anymore. A good example of this is I don't drink that much. I was a social drinker, but I never really liked alcohol. Like, honestly, guys, I hate the taste of alcohol. I would be that person that would go to the bar and ask the bartender, what's a drink that you have on the menu that's sweet and I can't taste any of the alcohol? Yes, I'll have that one, thanks. And so over the last, 8 years or so, I've just cut out drinking a lot because honestly, I feel like crap whenever I drink. And my friends respect that. I still have several friends who drink, but they never pressure me or judge me or make fun of me for just ordering some sparkling water or a mocktail. So to me, I've noticed that that is a big red flag, is if somebody is uncomfortable with your growth and trying to like reel you back in because it makes them uncomfortable or they don't like to see that you're changing. So what are some green flags now that you can look out for? These are traits of friendships that I've personally have noticed in my own life that last and make you feel safe. Respect for boundaries. They honor your time, energy, and privacy as well without making it a big deal. They understand your boundaries and they don't try to trample over them. They celebrate your wins like it's their own. They're genuinely excited for you and not feeling threatened. It is not a competition. Repair over perfection. Listen, mistakes happen. We're human. We're not perfect. Doesn't matter how emotionally intelligent we are. The difference is that if they make a mistake, they'll apologize. And they also don't hold grudges for your mistakes and seek out to understand your perspective as well. Consistency and reliability. They show up when they say they will. You don't have to wonder if they'll flake when you need them the most. Space without distance. You can go weeks without talking to each other if life gets crazy, because life does get crazy sometimes. But you guys can pick up right where you left off without resentment or bitterness. And also, again, very important, especially to me, is emotional safety. They make you feel seen and not judged. You can share your joy and you can also share your messiness with them without fear of it being used against you later or feeling judged by them. Now, again, you may have some other red flags or green flags that you've noticed in friendships. This is just a list of some of the ones that I've noticed that are important to me. So let's talk next about the friendship triangle. I've been extremely blessed to have several friends in my life who I've known for over a decade. I've noticed these 3 characteristics which build this friendship triangle that I'm talking about. This is why these people are amazing friends and why our friendships are so strong, even till today. So the idea is that you don't need hundreds of friends. You need a balanced inner circle. Think of it like a triangle with 3 sides that keep your friendships balanced. And so the first friendship character is the cheerleader. They have an encouraging, positive, and happy energy. They're the friend that reminds you of your strengths when you forget them. They celebrate your promotions, your healing, and even the little things. And why does this friend matter? Everyone needs people who believe in them loudly. This type of friend fuels your confidence and your motivation, and they make you believe in yourself. And it's not just about seeking out a friend that's like this, but also understanding how can you be the cheerleader? How can you embody this? One is being generous with compliments. Say what you feel to your friends. Give them words of affirmation. And also show up for your friends' milestones. If they're happy about something, celebrate that with them. If it's big for them, recognize that. The second part of the triangle is the challenger character. Now, this person tells the truth. They keep it real with you. They hold you accountable, and they're always pushing you to grow. They lovingly, not judgmentally, call you out when you're playing it small, repeating old patterns, or self-sabotaging. They'll tell you, girl, you deserve better. And why do I believe these types of friends matter? Without challenger, you risk staying stagnant. With them, they help you grow in alignment to your values. Like, they get you, they know who you want to be, and they will push you to get there. I can honestly say my best friend, Nina. Hi Nina, love you girl if you're watching. We have been friends since high school. It's been probably 18 years now since we've been friends. And that is one of the things that I love the most about our friendship, is that we both keep it real with each other. We know each other's blind spots. We can tell when one of us is self-sabotaging, and we will bring it up. And on top of that, we always push each other to grow. We're never like, oh girl, you shouldn't do that. Like, I think that's a little crazy, or, you know, just stay comfortable. No, it's like, reach for the stars, girlfriend, because I know that you can do it. Like, we're constantly pushing each other, and that's something that I truly value about our friendship. I don't know what I would do without her, because she always pushes me when I'm doubting myself, because she knows that I can do better. So how can you embody this type of friend? Offer honest feedback when asked. Like, I do this with my friends. Hey, can I be honest with you for a second? And if they say yes, I'll tell them, based off of what you're telling me, I've noticed this, and I'll give them feedback. Frame it with love, like saying, I care about you, so I want to be real with you about what I see. And then the third part of the friendship triangle, the comforter. They are your safe landing pad. When life feels heavy, you can reach out to them for support, or call them crying on the phone without feeling like you're a burden. They're not trying to fix you. They just hold that space for you to tell them what's going on. And why this type of friend character matters to me is that comforters regulate your nervous system. They help you feel seen, which is literally medicine for your body and your mind. Like, they will never judge you for your messiness or for being vulnerable. The comforter is there to be with you during your downs, not just during the times where you're at your best. So how can you embody this as a friend? Practice deep listening, like actually listen when a friend is venting to you or talking about something and being vulnerable with you. Instead of rushing to give advice, just listen, offer them that space, and make them feel heard. Like, I can see that this is really hurting you and this is very hard for you. I'm here with you. What can I do to support you? And so we've got the cheerleader, the challenger, and the comforter. And I've recognized these three characteristics in all of my close friendships. And I think that's why they've lasted for so long, because they uplift me, and in turn, I also uplift them. We're understanding of each other. We push each other to grow. We're honest with each other. We don't see each other as competition. We're there to support each other no matter what. So if something feels off in your friendships, check the triangle. Are you missing one of these roles in your life? Or maybe none of your friends are offering this type of role in your life. And in that case, you know that the key to lasting friendships are people that can offer you that triangle of support. What actually makes somebody a great friend? And how can you show up in that way? Something that's really crucial is communication. Misunderstandings are totally normal, but assumptions and silence can kill connections real quick. A quick, hey, when you said that, I didn't really get what you meant. Can we clear it up? Is so much better than just festering and resenting and making assumptions over an action that a friend made or something that they said. I can't tell you how many times a friend has made an assumption out of something I've said or I've done the same, and then when we talk about it, it's like, oh, there's clearly a misunderstanding here. I totally mistook what you were saying, and we clear the air. Like, communication is crucial in every relationship in your life, including your friendships. So if something feels off to you, or a friend has said something that has upset you, communicate that. I know conflict can seem scary and having hard discussions are uncomfortable. It can strengthen your friendship if you guys are able to resolve conflict and get through those hurdles easily. Consistency. Consistency doesn't mean we're talking every single day and we know everything that's going on every single second in each other's lives. No, but it's about showing up when it counts. The presence during hard times, sending check-in texts just to see how they're doing. Consistency builds connection and safety. Also, celebration. Say nice things out loud. Don't just think, oh my gosh, I love my friend so much. Tell her, like, hey, I just want to let you know I love you so much. I'm the queen of doing that. I will be like, oh my God, girl, you look amazing. Oh, I'm so proud of you. You inspire me so much. And tell them why. Real friends celebrate each other in real time without feeling awkward about it. And by you showing them appreciation, that also can boost their own self-confidence and belief in themselves. So I've talked about consistency for a bit, but something that I want to bust is the myth of 50-50 even split friendship. So there's this idea that friendships need to be 50-50. Equal effort, equal texts, equal energy. Honestly, that's not how real life works, guys. I will try to explain it. Friendships breathe. They stretch and contract depending on the season of life that each of you are in. Sometimes one of your friends may be in survival mode, family stress, career chaos, mental health struggles. In those seasons, you may have to carry more of the effort. And that's okay, because if the foundation is strong, it'll balance itself out later. And I went through this last year. I was very overwhelmed last year. I had a lot going on in my life. I was really busy, working really long hours, and I didn't get to see my friends that often. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, I felt really lonely because on top of me not seeing them, a lot of my friends also weren't reaching out to make plans to get together, but I would check in on them and they were also going through it. Like, everyone was having a very tumultuous year last year. And so because I was checking in with them, I knew, oh, my friends don't care about me anymore. They're the worst. No, I knew that we were all like going through our own little struggles, and that it was hard to even like lift up our head and think, oh shoot, I haven't seen my friends in like 2 months. And I actually read an article about this that I shared with my friends. I'll try to find it again and I'll link it in the description below, about how female friendships are so unique because we offer so much support to each other. We're there to empathize with each other and help our friends feel seen. But unfortunately, when things get tough and life gets hectic, the first thing that is put on the back burner is our friendships. And that just leads to more feelings of loneliness and imbalance because we feel like we're missing something, and it's our friends. And so last year I realized, okay, in this season, even though I'm also busy and I have a lot going on, I'm still going to put in the effort, and I will be the friend putting in more effort into most of my friendships this year, because I've realized a lot of my friends are having an even harder time than I am right now. And so yeah, I will be putting in 70% of the effort for a little bit, and they'll be giving me 30%. And that's okay. The question is, and what you need to ask yourself is, do I value this friendship enough to put in the extra work right now? If the answer is no, then maybe that tells you that there's some misalignment, and it shows you that maybe you're not as close to this friend as you initially thought. But the key is that friendships will not always be 50-50, because you never know what somebody else is going through, and you may have to lean in more and support them more during that time, as long as you value that friendship. So how do you foster better friendships? I'm glad you asked. Great friendships don't just happen, right? They grow because you water them. Any type of relationship takes work. It's not always going to be easy. There's going to be conflicts. You have to make time for each other. You have to check in with each other. If you don't water your friendships, then they will wilt. So here are some ways to actively deepen connection with your friends. Check in without an agenda. A simple thinking of you, or hey, I just wanted to check in and see how you're doing, is fine. Sometimes just showing appreciation and letting somebody know that you're thinking of them can mean a lot to them. Try to see if you can create rituals. And I'm not talking like, woo, seances. I don't know what that was. Seance. But I mean rituals as like recurring get-togethers. Like maybe it's a monthly coffee date. Maybe you guys start a book club and you read one book a month, or maybe one every quarter, and you guys can get together and discuss it. Or even a yearly get together with all of your friends, like a Friendsgiving, or, you know, we're gonna have our beach day in the summer every year. Something that you guys can look forward to that you know can help strengthen your connection. Also, be curious. Don't ask just like surface level questions like, oh, how's work? Oh, what, you know, TV show have you been watching lately? You know, check in with them about how they're feeling. Oh, I know you started a new job. How's that been going? Are you feeling more fulfilled than at your last role? Ask them about their family, about their spouse. Not only just surface level things, but try to get to know them deeper. And then also repair it quickly. Like I said, people make mistakes, miscommunications happen. But if you mess up, own it. And if they do, bring it up with love. Healthy friendships aren't conflict-free. They're just good at resolving conflict and communicating with each other. Sometimes you need space, or the other person may need some space before you guys can talk about it. But be proactive. Don't just let things fester and make assumptions, because you're not going to know their side of the story or what they really meant unless you actually ask them. And making assumptions isn't doing either of you any favors. So here's the truth. Great friendships don't magically happen. They're not about luck. They're about showing up consistently, honestly, and with love, without judgment. And here's the amazing part of this all. When you become the kind of friend that you want to have, you naturally attract friendships that are supportive, uplifting, lasting, and aligned with who you're becoming. It doesn't matter if you have 2 friends or 20. What matters is the quality. A friend who accepts you and makes you feel seen will transform your life more than a friend who maybe kind of knows you, but doesn't really care that much. So I want you to ask yourself, what kind of friend am I, and what kind of friend do I want to be? What kind of friendships do I want to attract into my life? And if there's a gap between the friend that you are right now and the type of friend that you want to be, do that self-audit and figure out areas of growth that can make you a better friend. And then also understand the types of friends that are valuable in your life so that you know the green flags to look out for. And here is something else that I want to add. Friendships feel so much healthier when you're not dependent on them for validation. And I'm talking about self-validation. If you've ever felt like you need your friends and other people to validate you in order to feel worthy or loved, I've got you. I have a video where I talk about how to stop seeking external validation, and that will completely change the way how you show up in your relationships. I'll see you there.